Does level help with accuracy and crit? Helps with magic defense? Yeah, that would help a lot, actually. If I can get enough magic defense, I can survive off regular heals, and then I can just spam till I eventually deal enough damage. Problem right now is I run out of good heals. The max level is like 40 or 60. It's a weird number. It's not 99. I think it's like 40 or 60. Maybe 40. I was going to try to not do max level, but it might be inevitable. Like, I definitely thought we could do it from here, but the heal is too common. If it weren't for the heal, I would 100% go for it, but the heal throws a big wrench. Because it's not just fight until he doesn't heal, because he will heal. And even if he messes around for a bit, the heal isn't that long. Probably only had him like half HP when he healed. And I was doing really good damage. I was hitting him like every time, and I only got him to like half health by the time he healed. And then on top of that, if he slows death, we lose, which shouldn't happen that often, but... we went in once, died before we ever got to him, and then grinded to level 25, and then we got to him, and then we grinded to level 26. So we've done 2 little mini grinds. Ew. Creepy centipede. I don't know if there's really that many... I don't know how many people, like, upgrade. The guide that I wrote, or I read, upgraded. I don't know how many people stay an actual Light Mage. So it might not be that many. I probably won't be doing the Tactics Remaster too soon. I have a lot of other things. We got everything going on for this month, and then next month is Hollow Month, so... We lost to Chaos. He healed twice and then slowed death. So we had no damage. But I do want to do the Tactics Remaster at some point. I really like how it's like you can pick the original mode or the revamped mode. So I would like to play it. But we just did Tactics for Fantathon, and I have so many other things to do between the 2 big events we're doing, and Silksong, and a lot of other games that have come out. So we'll probably pass on it for now. Or maybe we play it just like a little bit to check it out. We'll see. I don't think upgrading changes the stats. If it does, I think it's pretty minor. I'm not sure. But exit and holy are the big things. Is Final Fantasy Tactics a good entry for tactical RPGs? That's a really hard question to answer. Because it's one of the best tactical RPGs, and also it's actually it really has a nice UI. But it's also very hard and very soft lock heavy. So I feel like the answer is no. I wouldn't want to scare people away from it, but yeah, it's very unforgiving. So, I mean, I would say if you're the type of player that likes a challenge, if you're a Souls-like entrepreneur and you're like, I want to try tactics RPGs, then yes. But if you're like, I have no idea what I'm doing and I don't want to get smashed when I don't know what I'm doing, then probably not. What is a good entry-level tactics RPG? Because a lot of them are pretty involved. Fire Emblem, maybe, but doesn't Fire Emblem have, like, permadeath? Maybe play, like, 3 Houses or something, because that one was kind of simple at the start. Tactics Advance. Permadeath if you don't reset. Maybe Disgaea, but I don't know. Disgaea is really different. I don't know if it gives you a good kind of layout of what tactical RPGs are because it's so different than all the others. You have... So there's a lot of different types of tactical RPGs. There's the character-based tactical RPG, like Final Fantasy Tactics, Fire Emblem, where you have like different characters that level up and RPG mechanics, and usually they end up having permadeath, where if the character dies, they're out of your squad. And they usually have some kind of class system where you'll have like a spearman, a bowman, or whatever, and they'll have different ups and downs. Then you have the like grind fest tactical RPGs like Disgaea, where it's all about numbers and characters just kind of have special abilities, and it's all about the numbers going up, and everyone can kind of be everything and do everything and be super strong if you just grind the crap out of them. And then you have I don't know what to call it, but Advance Wars style tactical RPGs where there are no characters. Instead you have, I guess you could call it unit based, where you just have units. So you have tanks, mechs, infantrymen, helicopters, planes, boats, and all the units are just a carbon copy of each other, and it's more about like actual like tactics of where you place your units, and usually like rock paper scissors style weaknesses. And there's no characters, no classes, no RPG mechanics, no permadeath, no like each unit is the same. And you're usually the way they work is the enemy has the same exact resources as you do, so it's all about resource manipulation. And usually has a style of like slow build up. So you'll start off with a small amount of units and a small amount of bases, and then you slowly take over the board and get more money and make more units and make more money and make more units and slowly disable your opponent. And so, yeah, I don't know if one game really is a good entry for all tactical RPGs, because there's a lot of different types. That's the other thing about tactics, why I don't really want to like scare anyone away from tactics, because tactics is very hard and very unforgiving, but it has such an amazing story that kind of gets you through it. So even if you are like frustrated at it, it's easy to keep playing because the story is so good. Yeah, just make a lot of saves, you'll be fine. But yeah, maybe Fire Emblem, maybe Advance Wars, maybe Tactics Ogre. Is what's the alien tactical RPG? XCOM. Is XCOM a good? I feel like I've heard XCOM is pretty complicated, but I don't know if it starts complicated or if it just gets complicated. Valkyria Chronicles for non-weebs. Okay. Actually, hold on. Isn't XCOM similar to like the Mario game where it's like cover shooter kind of thing? That's another style of tactical RPG. There's so many different types. Yeah, the Rabbids games. So many different types of tactical RPGs, and they all work really well. Kitty XCOM. It's pretty good. I played a little bit of the second one with my boys. They bought it for me for my birthday. Definitely because they just wanted to play it. But, hey, I won't complain. And we played some of it. It was alright. The beginning was wild. I don't know what the heck they were doing with the beginning. The beginning, like, just threw you right in. Like, they kind of just expected you played the first one. Someone said earlier, I think Seraphic said, that Tactics Advance is, like, a lot easier. So maybe that would be a good... Play Tactics Advance first, and then regular Tactics, maybe? Or maybe Sergio said it. You both have purple names. Godzilla 2. Someone hit the quote. Does anyone know the Godzilla 2 quote? I bet your Retro knows it. You might not know the number, but he knows the quote. I've heard good things about Unicorn Overlord. Also, incredible name. Oh no, I'm frozen spotlight. I got you. Oh. There it is. Those two Rodans look like husband and wife. That's from Godzilla 2. Man, I don't want to play Godzilla 2. We played that a million years ago. Godzilla 2 fan fiction. Yo, good to see you, Danny. Do I make that a sub incentive? Godzilla 2. Absolutely wild game. I played it in one of my first NES games. And my dad and I could not figure it out. We had no idea what we were doing. The sound effects in that game are so good. Classic combat system, by the way. Everything's based on slot machines. We were talking yesterday about FanDuel making a game, or DraftKings making a video game. Maybe that's the game they made. Maybe they made Godzilla 2. Everything's a slot machine. So, Mushroom just got a strength up. I think we're going to give Mushroom the Masamune next time. He's got 2 more strength than everyone else. Mushroom will no longer be the meat shield. He'll be the damage. I've heard a lot of discourse about FanDuel and DraftKings and stuff. I've seen some YouTubers do like a DraftKings sponsorship and their community gets like really mad at them. Which usually sponsorships are sponsorships. Like people will just be like, whatever. Get the bag, you know? Get the bag. We, as the viewer, can decide whether or not we're gonna do the product. You know, I think, I've said before, like, my take on it is, like, if you're a YouTuber and you just kind of do it, like you make content, then, like, sure, that's part of the gig. But for me, my situation is much more community-based. You guys fund 99% of what I do. So it would be wrong of me to take any sponsorships that aren't like stuff that I actually believe in, because it's way, you know, my gig is way more driven by community. But if you're someone that just like makes YouTube videos, like you're just someone that like makes, you're not really like a community, then like it makes more sense, I think. It's still really up to everyone's preference, but for me, I'm not necessarily mad when I watch, like, I don't know, what's a good example? It's kind of a weird example, but like Angry Video Game Nerd. Like, I don't really see that. That's more of like a show. It's not really like a community driven thing. It's like a show. Like he makes the videos, and obviously now it's way more than that, but like, not necessarily mad when I watch an ABGN episode and it has like an ad. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Or like a podcast, like watching a podcast or something and there's like an ad, even something that's like dumb. Like, to me, that would be similar to like watching...
So stupid.
That'd be similar to watching like cartoons or something on TV, and then there's like a bad commercial. It's like, yeah, that's part of the gig. Like, I'm not blaming the cartoon. Now that's a bit different because that's the TV station, not the cartoon, but you know what I mean. Something like, yeah, like something like Linus Tech Tips. It's like, you're not getting into Linus Tech Tips for the community of being like part of his community and hanging out with him and chatting with him on Twitch chat and going to his Discord and talking to him and playing games with him, and you know what I mean? Like, you're watching it for like tech tips. So like, if he does a sponsorship for a computer, I'm not going to be like, like you know what I mean? Now, I think he usually does sponsorships only for like good products, but still, you know. But, you know, we're very connected as a community. If I do, like when I did the Monopoly Go sponsorship, everyone jumped on it and everyone played and everyone had a good time and it was like really fun. And so if I were to do a Raid Shadow Legends sponsorship, I would 100% figure that a lot of you guys would play the game and then be like, this is garbage, you know? So I wouldn't want to do that. Then, like, unfortunately, Monopoly Go ended up kind of being worse than I thought, but it was still really fun. We enjoyed it. And no one, you know, that was one of those things where it was like, you're up to your own discretion whether or not you spend money on it, but the game itself was fun. I guess Raid Shadow Legends is similar to that too, but I don't know. Raid is very... I don't know. Raid's too much of a meme, but at least that's like a game. Point is, I wouldn't take a VPN service or something like that. At least I don't think I would. Because we're way too... I actually expect you guys to believe what I'm saying. Now, all that to say, what do I think about gambling sponsorships? I don't know. Gambling's legal here. And it's a problem. I think for me, there's kind of a... There's a big distinguishing factor between like Raid Shadow Legends and DraftKings. So I think if you're like someone that would spend a lot of money on microtransactions, and I were to do like a Raid sponsorship, and then you played Raid, and then you spent a bunch of money on microtransactions, that's kind of on you. Like, for the most part. Now, if I did the sponsorship and I was like, be sure to buy the microtransactions, and like, that's different. But like, if you're someone that's into that kind of thing, and then I do a Raid Shadow Legends sponsorship, and then you download the game and buy microtransactions, it's probably safe to say you were going to buy microtransactions in some other game if you didn't buy the Raid Shadow Legends ones. Like, that's just something you're willing to do. But when it comes to, like, gambling, that's addictive to the point where, like, you could have never gambled in your life, and then I do a DraftKings sponsorship, and then you're like, well, Death did it, so... Or Death says it's fun, so, like, maybe I'll give it a shot, and then you get, like, super addicted to gambling and lose all your money. You know what I mean? Like, that's an actual thing that could happen, I think. And I'm pretty sure it happens a lot. So I think there's an extra level of integrity you have to have going into something like that, because people do ruin their lives over gambling, and it can be one day you've never gambled in your life, the next day you're blowing all your money. Like that's how it goes with gambling. I think in the absolute most extreme cases that can happen with mobile games as well, but like I think that's a bit of I don't want to say a you problem, but I don't know. It's much less likely, and I feel like you have other issues going on if that's happens to you, that you can't really blame someone for just saying Raid Shadow Legends exists. But gambling is different, man. Like gambling, it's powerful. It is powerful and dangerous, and being somebody who's not an internet celebrity by any means, but at least has some sort of pedestal, me coming on my show and being like, guys, download FanDuel and play it, is a bit too far and could actually lead to people on my channel doing that and then losing a lot of money. A mobile game is like, if you weren't going to spend it on Raid Shadow Legends, you were going to spend it on Genshin Impact, whether or not I told you to play Raid Shadow Legends or not, you know, for the most part. Has there been somebody out there that watched a content creator talk about Raid Shadow Legends and then they downloaded it and got addicted? Sure, but I find that to be much less likely than something like FanDuel. And I think that's much more on the Raid Shadow Legends fault. Also, another thing that I kind of thought of, like especially when I did the Monopoly Go thing, was I have a gaming community, right? So a lot of us understand the nuance of gaming. We understand that when we download Raid Shadow Legends and they're like, sale right now, sale, sale, everything's 99% off, sale, please buy. We've played mobile games before and we're like, yeah, this is a trap, this is a scam. We know that loot boxes are a scam. We know that, like, we know kind of what's going on. So, like, when I do a sponsorship for a game, I'm doing it to a community that at least has the tools to know what's a scam and what's not a scam, right? But I don't gamble on stream. So I don't believe you guys have the tools to protect yourself from gambling unless you got it somewhere else. You certainly didn't get it from me. So it feels less responsible to do a gambling sponsorship, right? Now, I watched a sports YouTube channel, and he did a DraftKings sponsorship, and his community got like really upset about it. And I'm kind of half and half on it, because I feel like, yeah, gambling does kind of cross that line of like, this could really hurt some people, and doing a sponsorship for it feels not responsible. But at the same time, like, it's a sports channel. They should kind of be used to seeing that everywhere. Like, at this point, all of the big sports are doing sports gambling. Like, whenever you watch a game, they're talking about, watch an NBA game, they're talking about DraftKings. Watch a MLB game, they're talking about DraftKings. Watch NFL, they're talking about DraftKings. So they probably hear it everywhere already. Hearing it from the YouTuber isn't like some crazy, oh my God, I've never heard of this before. How could you lead me down this path? You know what I mean? So I'm a little half and half on it. I think before all the big sports companies were doing DraftKings commercials, it felt a lot less genuine. But like now, I think you're just kind of doing what everyone else does in the space. It's still not a great look, but I don't know if the community should like cancel him over it. He's just doing what the space is kind of doing, you know? How's it going, Cobble? So you playing the NES version? Also, we run kind of a PG stream here, so I'd appreciate censoring yourself. So don't pick white mages. That's that's step number 1. Are you doing a white mage challenge or are you just playing? Yeah, pick. I mean, I don't know if you probably already picked your classes, so this isn't really helpful, but fighter, black mage, white, black belt. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Tips for Final Fantasy 1. I mean, make sure you check every item because a lot of items do stuff when you use them. Like all the healing equipment will heal if you select it as an item in battle. And there's a bunch of other ones, like Zeus does lightning too if you use it as an item. Even your fighter can use it and it'll do good damage. Make sure you bring a lot of potions into dungeons so you can get back out. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a rough... At the beginning of the game, there's a lot of dumb paralysis fights like the one I just fought. Unfortunately, there's not much against it. If you get stun locked in a battle, you're just kind of cooked. But fortunately, the first couple dungeons have a lot of them, and then they taper off and you don't see them as much. But yeah, there's a couple dumb fights early that you can get stun locked. It does get better though, I promise. But yeah, anyways, I am kind of mixed on it. I think in general, sports betting has gotten way out of control. I mean, the whole, like, sports betting space, it reminds me a lot of when mobile gaming took off, when, like, Candy Crush took off. And suddenly, like, it was the biggest market. And sports gambling has been around for a while, but for some reason, I don't know if it was COVID or what, but it just got mega popular all of a sudden. I will say, I think sports betting on your phone should maybe be banned. Oh, just because the legal changes, yeah. It's so much easier for people to go to a casino and just bring in, like, $50, you know? And be like, this is my gambling money. But when it's on your phone, it's so hard. Everyone, like, it's so easy to just get sucked in and not really... The problem is digital money. Digital money just doesn't feel like you're losing money. That's the bad thing. It's the same thing with microtransactions, so you don't realize how much you're spending. Yeah, the fact that they were forced to have... Because I'm pretty sure they're forced to do that. There's no way they'd do it if they weren't forced. But the fact that they have limits you can set on the account kind of shows you how addictive it is. Yeah. I mean, it's like that with everything, man. Even stuff like DoorDash. You don't realize how much you're spending. And that's the worst with gambling. As soon as you start winning, you don't realize how much you lost, but you realize how much you won. Ooh, Mushroom got another strength up. Huge. He's getting massive. Mushroom's going to the gym. Man, I want to give it one more try. But, like, I don't think we have enough time. It takes so long. We'll have to do it tomorrow. What did I say? Oh, the next sub incentive we're doing is Mega Man. We could probably do Mega Man tonight. Nah. Let's save it. Let's actually do a good amount of grinding here. And then hopefully tomorrow will be our last attempt. Yeah, I enjoy gambling, but it's not the gambling. If that makes sense. I've gone a couple of times to the casino, and it's everything else. It's like the vibe, going with friends, having fun. It's not the actual gambling. Also, I'm a huge fan of card games. I haven't actually gone to a casino that has card games yet. The one by me just has slots. But I'm a huge fan of card games. I grew up playing card games. So I would love to go to one and play like blackjack or something. But yeah, no, it's like everything else around it. When it comes to actual gambling, I really hate losing. I don't like the feeling of losing money. So when I start losing money, I'm like, this is not fun anymore. So yeah. But yeah, I love the vibe of the casino. I always loved like the Vegas vibe. Like I said, I was into card games. Like I was into card games and like Magic as a kid. And I loved like the whole vibe of like Vegas and that whole kind of vibe was always cool to me. Still never been to Vegas. But yeah, we go, you know, we lose all our money, but we win a couple of times and have fun, and it's just kind of like a go out, have fun thing. It's never a trying to make money thing. If I were gambling to try to make money, I would hate it real fast. I would be not having fun real fast. But, you know, spending 20, 30 bucks going to the movies versus spending 20, 30 bucks at the casino, like they're both just fun things to do. And that's kind of how we see it. yeah, talk about bad things. If we're organizing it in levels, it's like, okay, like having a sporting event, have a gambling sponsorship, and then like having a more personal content creator try to push gambling sponsorships to their audience, and then like way above that is like people doing gambling streams. That is oof. Like, you gotta, like, it's just bad. I don't know. Like, there's just no defending it. Like, it's just bad. The amount of people that are gonna watch your stream and see you win and think I can do that, and the fact that they usually have money from the stream, from the casinos, and the fact that, like, I don't know, it's just different, man. It's there's a difference between, hey guys, this video is sponsored by DraftKings, anyways, here's the video, and like 9 hours of gambling on stream every day. Like, those are two completely different things. The gambling is the main attraction. It's not just an ad, you know? It's not just a, hey, do this if you want, guys. Anyways, back to the actual thing you came here for. Like, you're coming to watch them gamble, you know? It's like a completely different thing. And it's oof. Yeah, I will say, like, I defended the YouTuber by saying, like, ESPN is now doing gambling, but it's bad that ESPN is doing gambling, don't get me wrong. Like, that's why, like, it's gotten way too big at this point. And I feel like ESPN themselves doing it is going to mean that a lot of people are going to do it. Because ESPN is saying do it. Not some random guy on YouTube. I remember that. I remember that video. I felt really bad for him. Because, like, on the one hand, that's what everyone does nowadays, including me. But on the other hand, it is weird having the angry video game guy talk about a bad mobile game as if it's shocking that it's bad. I was watching it like, really? It's funny because, like, I don't know, I've seen so many different takes online with stuff like that. It seems like some people can do something like that, and everyone will be like, you go, man, you go, make that money, get that money. We don't want these big companies having money, we want you having money. So if Candy Crush is paying you to do a sponsorship, and it's less money in Candy Crush's pocket and more money in the YouTuber's pocket, then, like, awesome. But then there's other people that are like, sell out, unsubscribe, you did one ad, I'm out. Like, every YouTuber is supposed to be grassroots. And if they're not grassroots, they're not a real content creator, which maybe back in 2010 was a stance you could have, but nowadays, I don't know. This is coming from someone who is grassroots. This is coming from someone who's done 2 sponsorships ever. But, like, you can't expect that. Every day I wake up and do this and think, this, like, I'm shocked that I can do this. This is why I'm so thankful for everything that you guys give me, because I should not be able to do this the way I do it. I should be having to shove DraftKings sponsorships down your throat in order to do what I do. There's no reason why I should be able to do this. It's crazy that I can do this. And you can chalk it up to me just doing it for a long time. You can chalk it up to the amount of content I make. I chalk it up to just you guys and how incredibly giving you are. But yeah, no, this is coming from someone, thank you, Razor. This is coming from someone who is grassroots. You can't expect people to be grassroots. Not in 2025. It's just not going to happen. You keep talking about DraftKings a lot. Do you have a secret sponsorship with them? Absolutely not. Having said that, they are running a deal right now. If you're a new person to DraftKings, you get $7,000 in bonus bets if you use code ZOINKS. I am the Draft King. That's me. I am him. I am the Draft King. Use code TomYell. Hey, that's 10% off your DraftKings. Right there. Yeah, I have definitely come around a little bit. I was definitely like super anti-ad for a while. But, you know, like I said, first of all, times have changed. If you want to be a content creator, you just have to do that kind of stuff. There's too many content creators, not enough money in the space. The price of poker has gone up. Like, you can't just make Let's Plays of Baldur's Gate 3 and make a living. Like, you know what I mean? So that's the first thing. The second thing, ads just being like part of the space is just more normalized. It's a shame that I can't tell the difference between people that are like shilling for something they actually enjoy and people that are just shilling for money. It used to be that I could tell the difference. It used to be like, oh, this guy's just selling a VPN service and he's saying all the things that the VPN service told him to say. So like, yeah, got it. And then there'd be people that are like, I'm sponsored by this standing desk and I love this standing desk and I've had it for 10 years and I actually reached out to the company to do this advertisement. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. But nowadays I can't tell the difference. Like, seems like every sponsorship I watch, they're like, I've used this for 20 years and this is my favorite product. And I'm like, have you though? Like, I don't know. I remember the first Manscaped sponsorships I watched. I definitely got tricked. I was definitely like, wait, this is a real one. These seem really cool, and the people that are sponsoring it seem like people that would actually care about this kind of thing. You know? Like, this seems like a cool thing. And then everyone was like, hey, by the way, it's just like a bunch of regular razors that they put Manscaped on the frickin'... They just labeled it. It's just another frickin' loot box service. How's it going, Lou? Oh my god, yeah. That I don't know if this is still a big thing or not, but man. 2020, 2021, 2022... It seemed like every week there was a new big sponsorship, and every YouTube channel I watched would be on it. And then the next week, it would be nothing but YouTube videos saying, like, X ad is a scam. And then all the YouTubers would come out and apologize, and then it would, like, repeat itself the next week. Like, it was bad. Like, what was happening? Were YouTubers just accepting every spot? Maybe maybe the money was just there, like, they weren't used to getting that much money from sponsorships, and they just all took it, like, I don't know what happened, man. It was bad. Dude, honey, bro. Honey is such a shame. Honey is such a shame, man. Because that was genuinely, not a single person took the Honey sponsorship in bad faith. Not a single one. It was all Honey's fault. Like, it was a slam dunk. I 100%, I'm not going to fool you guys. I'm not going to sit here and fool you guys and be like, I'm better than ever. I would have taken a Honey sponsorship. I would have. I mean, if it was like a really good, I wouldn't have taken it for $10, but like, if Honey emailed me and was like, $10,000 in the bag, just cover yourself in honey and do a funny bit where you're actually Winnie the Pooh trying to get through the hole in the treehouse, I would have done it. Because it was literally PayPal, first of all. It was a PayPal bought them, I think. But it was PayPal. It was a extension on your browser. It was so like simple and easy, and there was just no way it could have possibly been a negative thing. You know, just watching it, you just think like there's no way this could possibly be spun negatively. Like all it does is just save you. All it is just coupon. It's just coupons. Like it's run by PayPal. All it is coupons. There's no way this could be a scam. It's a slam dunk. Like I totally get why everyone took that sponsorship. And then the freaking video comes out. By the way, honey is like the biggest scam ever. And I'm like, no way. There's no shot. How did this happen? I don't understand. I was so sad when that happened. How can coupons be a scam? How? How did they manage it? Well, let me tell you. They made two main things. One, they made a deal with companies to basically make the coupons coming from Honey worse than the actual coupons. So if you searched online for a coupon for Dick's Sporting Goods, you'd find a 20% off shoes. But if you used Honey, it would specifically give you 15% off instead, so that you didn't find the 20% off. And then the company would pay Honey money, like a kickback, for having you use a worse coupon. That's the first thing. The second thing, if you even looked at Honey, if you even said the word Honey out loud, it would take any link that you clicked on from a YouTuber, content creator, etc., and take their money instead. So if I said, hey guys, click my link to get 10% off of the Dick's Sporting Goods, and then you did that, but then you used Honey, I would get no money. They would steal my money, and Honey would get it instead. And the coding that they did for that was one of the most devious things I've ever seen. Like, there's a whole line of code that says, like, if YouTube content creator sent them, steal the YouTube content creator's money, kick their dog, tell them they're ugly, and ban them off of Discord. It's like they hated content creators. But then they did sponsorships with content creators. But they, like, specifically hated them. I couldn't believe it. I was like I couldn't believe it. You have to watch it. If you've never seen the video, you have to watch it. It's unbelievable. Like, it was not just a scam. It was, like, horrible. It's one of the worst scams I've seen. It's terrible. Like, it's hard to describe how bad it was, but like if you clicked on my link, if I had a link that said get 10% off Dick's Sporting Goods and you clicked it, and then you went to Dick's Sporting Goods, and then Honey popped up and said, we might have coupons for you, and you clicked it, even if Honey didn't have anything for you, it would still take my money. You could click it and Honey could say, never mind, we don't have any coupons, and it would still take my money. It would take my 10%. It was insane. Like, it was unbelievable. Cartoon villain levels of evil. Like, this is PayPal. Like, I just couldn't believe it. What a disaster. What a disaster. I was going easy. That made me worry about taking any sponsorships ever, you know? Like, after that happened, I pretty much convinced myself I'm never going to take a sponsorship that's not just a game. Because, you know, I do a Monopoly Go sponsorship, you download it, you hate it, you delete it, that's it. And yes, there's maybe if I do a sponsorship for like freaking the Cooking Mama, and then you buy Cooking Mama and it Bitcoin mines your DS, then maybe it's a bigger scam. But other than that, I think we'll be okay taking game sponsorships. But man, like, I don't think I'll ever take a sponsorship that's not a game, because I'm just worried that, like, I'm going to take some VPN sponsorship and tomorrow they're going to be like, did you know that if you install gaming VPN service on your computer, it pours oil into the Pacific Ocean for every download? Like, like, I don't know. They're just, the evil levels are just insane. I don't know what they're doing. Did you know that for every download you use this VPN service, a baby seal is thrown into a vat of oil and the Pacific Ocean loses 10% of its water supply? Like, what is happening? Why are you doing this VPN service? How about you just protect people from the internet? Why are you doing all this extra stuff with the seals? Please stop. Ooh, good level up there. Just stop with the baby seal. Ooh, we're up to 400 health now. Big. Okay, so we have over 400 HP now, and Mushroom has 23 strength. I think that's going to make quite a big difference. I think we're going to be able to do some stuff. I don't know if it'll be enough, but we'll try it tomorrow. Yeah. If you use our VPN service, we will kick this dog. If you don't use it, we'll still kick this dog. I feel bad, like, I hate to even bring up BetterHelp, but I feel so bad for people that took the BetterHelp stuff, because, like, they had to have. I guarantee the email was something like, look at this. You get to make money, and you get to, like, support this great thing, you know? Like, you get people in your community will use this therapy service and get help, and that's awesome, and you'll get paid. Like, it's a win-win. How could you say no? And I really do feel like most, if not all, of the people that took the BetterHelp sponsorship were, like, thought it was a great thing to do. You know? They did not have ill intentions. And that just sucks that they, like, get taken advantage of like that. Trying to do something nice, and the company's like, we got him now, boys. Beep, 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 boop. Yeah, he is unfortunate. And there's a really good video out there talking about how that investigation was actually, like, pretty botched. Not that it was necessarily wrong, but just was not really in good faith. And that's scary, man. Like, I mean, we've seen that a lot with different things, but it's scary that a YouTuber can make a video that's like, Reckless Flamingo is stealing money from charities and funding a motorcycle service that he uses to drive puppies to the dog pound. And everyone can be like, oh my god, I can't believe Reckless Flamingo's doing that. And then another video can come out that's like, actually, he's not doing that. And then everyone's like, oh my god, I can't believe Reckless Flamingo's doing that. You know, that's just the way internet is. Like, the reveal videos are always bigger than the correction videos, and that's like a big problem. It's a big problem with everything, but especially internet discourse. It's bad. And I think, like, the Carl situation is nuanced because they weren't wrong. It's just the way that they did the investigation wasn't good. And so they deserve backlash for that, but at the same time, like, it's good that they still brought it to light. So it's very nuanced, but there have been plenty of times where people have just straight up revealed something that was wrong, and it takes so long for the correction to get out there that people just have that opinion of that person forever. And that's scary. That's scary, man. What is the purpose? What is the point of Disney Plus? So you can watch Disney movies with frickin' ads still, even though you pay for them. The frickin' movies still get ads. Once a Death Unites a scandal. Luckily, I already had my scandal. I'm scandal free now. Everyone gets one. I already had mine. Back in the old days, I called Aerith Aries. And I was ridiculed on the internet for a decade. Luckily, we're all past that now. Everyone forgets. Everyone forgets except the one YouTube comment I get a month of someone being like, wait, did he say Aries? I know you're still mad. It's okay, you're allowed to be. I'm a horrible person. Boo! Don't boo me. But when's the next PK video?